It's Cooper here, Big News Dog Training and Services.com. Small to tall, we train them all. Today we're talking about knowing what you have in your dog. You know, it's oftentimes people get a dog and they get it in and they become very vocal. Well, it's important to know what you have in the dog type that you have, because if you look at buying a dog that has it's a mixed breed and it has a hurrying background to it, they're normally pretty vocal. If you have a dog that's a terrier, has a terrier background in it, some terriers are vocal depending on which one you get the mix with. You look at your working dogs, many working dogs are vocal. Okay, and you look at hounds, many of your hounds are vocal. A lot of your toys are extremely vocal. You know, one of the quieter breeds out there, or groups out there, is your sporting group, but your sporting group can also be vocal. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, you have that person that everybody knows that either talks all the time, or they complain about everything, or they complain so much that they don't even know that they're complaining, but most of the things that they're talking about is a complaint about somebody else or blame about somebody else. That's kind of the issue when it comes to dogs. Dogs have to communicate. They don't communicate like humans. They're dogs first and humans never. Dogs, if they're in proximity, do a lot of posturing, ear language, facial movements, body structure movements, and that's how they communicate. Or they do a lot of physical action communication, where they run and bump into another dog, or they swing a hip into a dog. Those are communications. Oftentimes the humans look at it as play, but they are communicating with each other. They'll bite, they'll growl. Those actions are communication between dog to dog. So a dog will growl at a human will reference that as bad. The dog is communicating with that human. The dog will put his mouth on a human will reference that as bad. The dog is communicating with that human. So it's extremely imperative for a person to understand that what they get in a dog, they don't know. If they get a mixed breed, they're not going to have a clue. If they're going to get a dog that's a rescue, they're not going to have a clue. So they're going to have to take the time to figure it out. And some of that figuring out time is painful. Some of that figuring out time is noisy. But oftentimes the dog's making a lot of noise, and the dog's just mimicking its household. You have the TV on, it's making noise. You have the radio on, it's making noise. The humans are talking, they're making noise. They're on the phone, they're making noise. They're doing those types of things that are making sounds, and the dog oftentimes tries to mimic those sounds, and so they're constantly barking. Somebody goes to the door, they yell at the dog from the living room. Well, the dog's going, the human's barking with me. So it's understanding how a dog communicates is helpful to understand what your dog is doing. You know, you go into the rural areas where I live, you can go out in the spring and you go out in the fall, and you can hear the coyotes howl. And some of them just scream. Well, a person might go, well, that dog's in distress, or the coyote's in distress. No, they're not. They're communicating. So oftentimes people talk about dogs being in distress. Well, animal control and the police departments aren't trained to understand that a screaming dog is not a dog in distress. It depends on how it's screaming. But to be educated in how to understand that, some dogs, that's their vocal talent. That's how they talk. That's how they bark. They don't have a good bark. If you look at like a Basenjis have a yodel, not really a bark. So some of those dogs from that category do that. Terriers, pit bulls are extremely notorious for being screamers. You know, a lot of people have quiet dogs, I get it. A lot of people have had quiet animals, I get it. But there's, in that genetics, there's screamability. You know, you look at Samoyeds and Huskies, you know, they bark, okay? They're generally noisy. But that's their level of communication. They communicate with each other. So when a person brings an animal into their household, from whatever category that they get, you have to understand that dogs communicate in the barking manner. So if you go to a doggy daycare, most people that have a good doggy daycare take control and literally take control and teach the dogs not to bark. Otherwise, it's extremely noisy the whole time. Why? Because the dogs are communicating. You go to a kennel, the dogs are down for a rest. Somebody opens the door and turns on the light. All the dogs light up. Are those dogs in distress? No. they're communicating. They're communicating, let me out. It's time, my time to go train, or it's my time to go pee, or I had an accident in my kennel. They're communicating. So it's hard to make an assumption that the tone of a dog's bark is under distress. So you have to go through the process of either mentoring with a trainer or mentoring or assisting with the trainer in order to determine and learn what is and what isn't. You also have to learn when it comes to dogs, what you have in your breed, or try to figure it out, because some of those aspects that are laying behind the dog, it may not show it as the first week that you have it, the second week that you have it, then all of a sudden after you've had it 6 months, the ugliness shows up, or aggression shows up, or the dog becomes extremely vocal, or the dog becomes extremely destructive. All those things are underlying in every single dog to be destructive. But to understand what your dog does and understand how to train him is the key. So if you don't have a trainer, seek one out, give us a call. This is Cooper from Big D's Dog Training. Small to tall, we train them all. Thanks for the questions. We'll see you next time.